viewers. Welcome to a brand new episode, Moments with Maggie, from the stable of the reconciler. And it's going to be an exciting, informing, and very educating program. This program has been designed for the well being of your marital life. And I can assure you that from day to day, on every episode, you're going to be learning cogent information that you need to upgrade the status of your marital life. You're welcome once again. Today, I'll be talking about how well do you know your spouse. This is going to be a series, and we'll be dealing with this, for some time. I'll be talking to the men today. How well do you know your wife, and on what subject as well? How well do you know your wife when it comes to sex? Most men they naturally enjoy sex. It is just like that because their mind is wired to commune with the neural system and everything within their body to enjoy sex. But when it comes to woman, they have limited opportunity to express their desires. So when some women come around to tell the man, okay, this is how I want to be loved. This is how I want you to love me. This is how I want you to make love to me. The man cringes. He moves back and steps. Oh, is my wife cheating on me? Is someone teaching my wife all this? Where is she learning all this from? No. Every one of us know the way we want to be loved. We know our body. We know our system. So when a woman wants you to love them in a certain way, that does not imply that they are out of line. It is just the desire to feel the way you feel. As a matter of fact, study has shown that women respond to sex slower than men. Therefore, the time of response for men easily comes. They don't need to see, they don't need to think, they don't need to touch before it arises. The thought of sex already, makes them to be ready at all times. But a woman must be put in, is a transition, is a journey that they have to go through each and every time that they engages in sex. So when a woman takes longer time to get into the act of sex, the man is already finished. He's done. And he's ready. Some of them are even snoring. The woman is there, not knowing what to do with herself. So this builds up over time, and it makes women to get frustrated when it comes to sex. Majority of women engages in sex to fulfill the righteousness of the covenant. When it comes to satisfaction, majority of women, as I said earlier, they don't enjoy sex. So the onus rests on you, the man, to find out, to know your wife, to know her chemistry, to know how she wants to. There are some they want to be touched in certain way. There are some they want to be spoken to in certain way. There are some they want to be pampered. They want to, but you must learn how your wife responds at each sexual engagement. You cannot just take it the way you feel it. Oh, you don't need to be touched. Therefore, the woman doesn't need to be touched. Women are like firewood. Firewood in different one. A log of wood for that matter. A man is like this, tiny, tiny sticks of wood. You set it on fire, immediately it catches and it burns out. A woman is like a log of wood. You set it on fire, it takes a longer time to catch, but it takes longer to go out. So that is where the problem is. So when a woman is not satisfied over time, they just the sexual urge dies naturally. So they enters into sex just to make the man happy, just to just to fulfill the obligation that they made on the altar. So as a man, you need to establish dialogue when it comes to the issue of sex. Find out from your wife. Tell me genuinely, Are you enjoying the intimate moments we have together, or we're having together, or we had? Tell me in all honesty, have I been doing what I'm supposed to do? When it comes to sex, there is climax. How many times do you take your wife to that point? Every time a man engages in sex, they climax. If they don't climax, that's a problem. That's it. That even we the women will see it as a problem. So every man climaxed. But how many times have you seen your wife, in all honesty, climaxed? So if you don't, then there is a problem. She too needs to get the ecstasy, feel the intensity of lovemaking. Some women, they love to be spoken to in the course of sex. They love you to tell them tenderly, to tell them, things that will arouse them, how beautiful you are, your deeds. Oh, I can't do without you. They love all this. Are you doing all this? Then let me state this particular thing. Love making does not start the moment you wanted to make love. Love making is a process. Just like I said earlier, it's a journey, a transition. You wake up in the morning, you're going to work. Then you start prepping. Even from your goodbyes, you're already, sending messages to yourself. The signal is that, oh, tonight is going to be something else. And you get to work, you send a flirty message here and there to your spouse. Oh, I missed you. I just wonder what you're doing right now. I wish you have a moment with me. And all those things. Those are prepping for the woman and for the man too. So you must engage in it. By the time you're coming home, if you're coming home, you buy, a wrap of suya. That even makes it better because by the time you are eating the suya, you are talking suya and you are talking another suya. So everything works in line. You move from one stage to the other. At the end of it, you have the fulfillment, making your wife feel loved, and you're really showing the love. You're not pretending about it. So there's no way you can isolate your wife or your spouse from this act of sex. It's going to be an incomplete assignment when only you feel the enjoyment, you enjoy it, and then you have the whole ecstasy and the excitement all around you. Like I said earlier on, you prep into lovemaking. Another point is you make lovemaking a time that is not planned. You're not planning, okay, I'm going to make love to my wife this night. So that's just it. It could be at any time. Be adventurous. Be adventurous. Sometimes you're driving in the car and you just one touch leads to another, one touch leads to another. By the time you are coming home from wherever you have gone, you can barely enter the house before action starts. All this, makes love making exciting. It makes it, super for each other, for each of you. In conclusion, when your woman asks to be touched in certain way, don't hesitate. That is where she wants to be touched. That is where she will get the benefits of the love making. That is where your efforts will translate into enjoyment, and it won't be infertility. A woman knows how she wants to be loved. She knows where to be touched. I said it earlier, and she knows what for you to do to make her happy. So don't hesitate to please your woman. It makes the home peaceful. I want to tell you, when a woman is enjoying sex, you don't need to be told. When you see her from afar, there's a glow on her face. And it takes longer for you to offend her because the accumulation of the enjoyment of the sex will makes it difficult for her to get angry early. So you see, everything has its benefits. But when you see a nagging woman, know that she's been deprived of sex and sex in the proper way. My brother, the man, think twice. Look at your wife, eyeball to eyeball. Tell her, ask her, Nne, how do you want me to make love to you? It is very important and essential for you to have a balanced married marriage life. God bless you. Until I come your way next time, I'm Maggie. See you.